In the previous episode, we saw how to fetch the CPANstats, some statistical numbers from MetaCPAN, and we saved it in a totals.json, in a file called totals.json, and now we need to display that on the browser on the website. So let's go to the website. Here you remember these are the numbers. This is the place, and then let's go back to the templates. So we're going to have it in the templates. In the templates. Originally, we put this when we copied the main page of the website, we put everything here in the header. Although this is actually, it's even called the class footer, so it should be probably in the footer. So I'm going to remove this from the header now, the template of the header, and then put the whole thing, move it into the footer. And then instead of these hard-coded numbers, we are going to change a little bit the whole thing, and we're going to have some template variables in there. The way we can do that in Template Toolkit is that we can have, so uploads we have only three numbers. We have distributions, modules, and authors. So we're going to have distributions, modules, and authors. And what we can do in the template toolkit, instead of this number, we can have something that looks like this, distribution. So we can have a key that we will fill from in the Perl script, and then it will the template toolkit will fill this value in this template. Now we don't want to. We can use this just distribution and module and author as the keys we want to fill in here, but it's probably better to have some kind of a hierarchy, so we have it totals and distribution. And similarly, we also have totals, module, and totals, author. So this hierarchy that you can see with the dot, separated with the dot, in the template of the template toolkit, this what it maps the Perl data structure, Perl hash. So if we are passing in now key called totals, which is a reference to a hash with a key called distribution in it, that value is going to be placed here, and the key and the value of the module key will be put here. So what we need to pass in is a hash with three keys: distribution, module, and author. And it's exactly the same data that we have, obviously, in the totals JSON file. Just to show you, to recall, this is how we have it. So we have it as in JSON format. We need to provide it as a Perl data structure. So we need to go now. Now we changed the template. We just need to go into the module and send this data. So we're going to the template function. We're going to do this here and not on the main page, because every page will have to have this information in it. And the template function is going to be called from every page that we are showing, not just the main page that we already have it. So here in the process, when we call the process, we had the name of the template and an empty hash. This empty hash is actually where we can pass various values to the template, and then the template will display. So what, if you recall, we used totals dot something, so we have here totals, and there we need the hash that we're going to import. So there we're going to need to provide a reference to a hash, obviously not a hash, a reference to a hash containing the data from the totals JSON file. So how can we get from the totals JSON file? We can, first of all, it's in the root directory, totals JSON. That's where this file is, and then we can use the path from path tiny. We need to import use path tiny. We are encoding the path function from there, and then that will allow us to slurp UTF-8 the content of this file, and then we can use from JSON to convert it from JSON to the Perl data structure. Obviously, we need to import from JSON. And this is going to be the totals data structure. So now we're going to have a totals data structure, and that's what we are passing here into these key value pairs, into this hash. And we imported the modules, we loaded the file, and I think that's it. So now we can go to our browser and see if I reload the file, it doesn't work. Now let's see why it doesn't work. We switch to the console of where it's running, and it says the global simple totals is missing, so there is something I forgot to declare it, maybe. Oh yeah, sure. So I have to say my totals. And then if before I go into the browser again, let's see it. Now it reloaded the code, and it says it's accepting connections, so it doesn't crash on some compilation error. And I can go back to the browser, reload the page, and here we are. So now there are the numbers. There are with the 3 keys. It's formatting is a bit awkward now, strange. That we'll have to fix later on. But now we have the data that we in the previous episode we fetched from MetaCPAN API, and we can have a cron job fetching that data. And here we know how to display that data on the page, and it will be displayed on every page on this search CPAN or clone.